I have the ability to cast a vision that people want to be a part of.
How do you do that so well? Like, can you break it down if
Well,
you're talking to someone on your team and you're
I
like,
do it
I've got
better.
this idea.
I do it better today than I used to. Let's start there. And part of it is because of who I am now. So, for example, when I started a coaching company 11 years ago. And for 20 years, people said, you ought to have a coaching company. You coach a lot,
Yeah.
you mentor people. And I thought it goes back to my plate. I thought I don't need another thing on my plate. I've got a whole bunch of stuff going. And so about 11 years ago, I decided to start a coaching company. And now it's the largest coaching company in the world. We have,
Wow.
50,000 plus coaches in 172 countries. And it's exploded. And but I think a lot of that growth and casting vision, people attracting people, is because I've been in the leadership world I've been in that world for 40 years. I was already
Your
kind of like
reputation.
I
Yeah.
was a proven
Yeah.
commodity. People didn't say, I wonder if I should follow him. You know what I
Sure.
mean? It's
Sure.
kind of like I can use his name and be an entrepreneur and be a coach, and that name is going to open up doors for me. And so I think part of that ability of being contagious with vision is the success. I think the more success you have, that itself it draws people. So
Sure.
in leadership, probably cast a vision. In communication, I think my greatest strength in communication is that I really can connect with people when I speak. And the book is a lot about how do you connect with people. In fact, one of the laws, there are 16 of them, but one of the laws is the law of connecting. And the law of connecting just simply says that communicators know it's all about the audience. They know it's all about the people. And so when people come to me and they say, I want to be a good communicator, what advice do you give me? I said, tell them very simply, you've got to get over yourself. It it is not about you. And that's hard for a beginning speaker because a beginning speaker they're not good yet. They haven't practiced enough. They're nervous. They're saying, I hope I do a good job. I hope people like me. Yeah, I hope if I tell a joke, they laugh. And so they're very consumed. They go out and speak, but they're all self-consumed. And you can't connect. You can't connect with people if you're consumed with yourself. And so so it takes a while. It takes a while to get over yourself. But the moment you get over yourself, first of all, the nervousness of speaking goes away. Because now
Yes.
I'm not worried about. Well, I hope they like me, and will they applaud when I'm done? And do you think they'll take notes? Well, see, that's all about me. It's all about me. Instead of focusing on. So when the book was coming out, Lewis, we did a video on the 16 laws. And I talked to the producers, and I insisted that the video start with me in the audience, not on the stage. And so when the video starts, I'm sitting in a seat in an auditorium, and I'm the only one there. And I start off by saying, in a few moments, the auditorium will be full of people, and it's all about the people, and it's all about my ability to connect with them, to understand them, to put them first. And it's not about the stage yet. I will go to the stage, but don't go to the stage until you've thought about the audience. It's all about the people. So a fun thing that I've done, because I keep growing, I keep creating, and we keep developing, and I love the whole process of where I am. I'm still learning so much. But one of the things that we did, it was an idea of a guy in Nashville who, of course, Nashville's music, and he has a company of writers, very successful. And he came to me. I didn't even know him. He said, "I read your books, and I learned it. I built my company off of your books 20 years ago." And he said, "I think you ought to write songs based on your books." And I thought, "Oh my gosh, I never even thought of that before." And I love to write poems. I write to my grandchildren and to my children. I wrote every birthday. I write them a poem, and the night before I write it, and then I send it at 3:30 in the morning on their iPhone. So when they wake up in the morning, they have a what they call a papa poem. And so I love to write poetry, but I never wrote songs. And so I said, I'd love to try it. So I went to Nashville, got in the studio with these awesome writers. I mean, these guys write #1 songs for all the country stars. So I'm at the bottom of the class. I mean, I know nothing. You know what I'm saying? These guys are, and one of the things I teach is that if you're the head of the class, you're in the wrong class. Get out of that class. You shouldn't be in there. If you're the head of the class, you're just talking about what you do and you're not learning anything. So I always like to be around people bigger, better, faster, smarter than me. This was huge. And I got in the studio and I watched them and I learned from them. So we started writing songs, and one of the songs that we wrote off of the 16 Laws of Communication is the song "Get Over Myself," and the chorus basically says, I got to know myself, to be myself. I got to be myself, to find myself. I got to find myself, to improve myself. I got to improve myself, to get over myself. I got to get over myself so I can give myself to you. And it's been released. So any of your people that are on your wherever they download their
Spotify.
music,
I'm going to Spotify now.
Oh yeah, "Get Over Myself" is one, and then another one I wrote from my book "Today Matters." I wrote a song called "Day by Day," and that one's coming out, or that's out now. Those two are out, and they're doing great. Oh my gosh, they're doing super. And then I got another one coming out next month on "Sometimes You Win, Sometimes You Learn," and I'm having a blast. I'm just having fun.
Are you singing also?
No.
Oh, that's it. You got to start singing next time, John.
Oh, I don't think so. I think
get your voice out. Get that deep voice out there.
Yeah,
you know, we got to hear it.
The deep voice.
They can auto-tune it. You know,
the deep voice is better for speaking than it is for singing. Trust me.
All right.
But it's so much fun, and I hope they get it. And it's just fun. It's fun. And so I'm doing a whole album. I'm releasing a song about every 2 months throughout the whole year. It's going to be fun. I think there's a respect and appreciation for allowing that person space to develop themselves and not try to make them conform to here's what I am and here's what I need and here's what I want. The reason that dating works so well is you always think about the other person first.